All hell is breaking loose as Ukraine continues to bombard Russia with these drone swarms that Russia's air defense really cannot handle. Russia is being overwhelmed by these Ukrainian drone swarms, and now Ukraine is also escalating its use of these Flamingo cruise missiles, which have a real significant range, and they're causing massive damage. So you've got the drone swarms and then separate swarms serving as decoys. Then these Flamingo ballistic missiles, one after the other. They're precise. They're hitting their targets in Russia right now. And you got a very serious situation there in Russia taking place. Zelensky announced that he's launching a 40-day special operation to end the war, utilizing these drone swarms and these flamingos. I want to share with you the military tactics going on here, what's taking place, and I want to show you visuals that you're probably not seeing many other places. Let's just take a look at this map right here. So yesterday, here's what we saw, this Ukrainian drone swarm raid into Western Russia and Crimea. And that's been a constant. Remember earlier this week, I've been showing the areas in Crimea, the air defense systems, nearby oil depots just totally destroyed. I also showed you a few days before that, air defense systems, infrastructure in Moscow, Ukraine picking these off one by one. What they're doing is they're also forcing Putin to put the air defense systems inside Moscow and moving it away from the front and other areas. And once Ukraine sees the air defense systems move, boom, they start attacking those areas as well. 2 days ago, we saw these large-scale drone swarms that were attacking as well in the east. You see the graph right here of where these attacks were taking place. And here was that attack yesterday with these Ukrainian FP5 Flamingo ground-launched cruise missiles. They fly at low altitudes. It almost looks like a flamingo, like a bird, low altitudes over the Volgograd Oblast in southwestern Russia. I'll show you this right here as the cruise missile slams into Russia's Titan Barakati factory in the morning. At least 2, maybe 3 flamingos hit this Russian plant. This plant is responsible for producing the launchers for the key Russian systems like the Iskander ballistic missiles, which have also been doing massive damage inside Ukraine. But take a look at this footage right here. Yeah, this is some rare war footage, though, that we're showing you here as well. Here's the Ukrainian FP5 Flamingo ground-launched cruise missile flying at this low altitude and striking that infrastructure at that Titan Barakati factory that does those launchers for the Iskander ballistic missiles. Watch this video right here. Let's play it.
Ебать! Нихуя себе, ебать! Движуха! Он летит, вон.
ПВО, работай, блядь! ПВО где? Еще одна попала.
Еще одна!
Вон, еще одна.
Ебать! Где? Вон он летит. Не, Макс, в жилуху не едем. В жилуху не едем. Здесь поживем пока. Летит еще. Охуеть.
I'll show you B-roll right here, another angle of this morning's Ukrainian cruise missile attack against that Moscow Institute of Thermotechnology Titan Barakati facility. Here's what it looks like from Ukraine. This footage shows the launch of several FP5 Flamingo ground-launched cruise missiles against those targets that I just showed you in the Volgograd Oblast in southwestern Russia. Take a look and you'll just see what these modern warfare marvels look like right here. Here, play this clip. Share with you some B-roll over here of the Ukrainian attack drones successfully hitting a major Russian fuel distribution depot in the Krasnodar Krai area in the morning, setting it ablaze. This site was also, if you've been following our coverage, you'll know we showed you the footage of it hit just about a week ago, with Ukrainian forces appearing to be intent to just fully knock it out. Before that, you had the Ukrainian attack drone successfully hitting a major power substation outside of the Sevastopol area, causing power cuts in the Crimean capital. So no wonder you're seeing locals reporting a 20-mile-long traffic jam of vehicles attempting to leave the Russian-occupied Crimea over the Kerch Bridge today. This follows major fuel, power, and goods shortages caused by Ukraine's drone campaign. But Russia's striking hard inside Ukraine. In Kharkiv region, one person was killed, 3 others injured as a Russian drone strike hit an apartment building in Izium right there, destroyed the structural components of the building and ignited the fire. We'll show you some B-roll here, footage of destroyed Russian transports littering the side of the E58 highway in southern Ukraine. Ukrainian mid-range strike drones continued to chew through those Russian rear area supply lines. And what's fascinating is this person we're learning more about by the name of Alexander Lunin. Have you heard of him? Well, Lunin recorded this message. He's a 39-year-old guy, former reconnaissance unit commander in the Sudoplatov battalion. In this video, Lunin demands a live meeting with Putin and alleges that Russian soldiers are tortured, abused, and punished for refusing what he describes as stupid orders for failing to hand over money. Jay in Kiev captured it. Jay in Kiev's got a YouTube channel. He's doing a lot of work. Say what's up to Jay in Kiev for me. As Jay in Kiev says, what started as a former Russian army commander, Alexander Lunin, threatening Putin over brutality, theft, and murder in the Russian military, it's quickly becoming the seeds of something bigger, as you see this battalion over here recording a video with this message for Putin. Let's play this clip.
25 июня 2026 года. Сегодня приезжал представитель слуг народа. Вчера со мной встретились люди, представители высоких чинов Министерства обороны, силовых структур, и передали сообщение Владимиру Владимировичу Путину, что если он не даст аудиенцию в прямом эфире, где я расскажу всю правду, что у нас сейчас происходит в стране. В данный момент десятки, сотни, тысячи наших солдат сидят в зинданах, наказанные своими командирами. Сидят, гниют, подвергаются пыткам и насилию со стороны так называемых гестапо. За то, что они отказались выполнять тупые самоубийственные приказы, за то, что они отказались отдавать свои финансовые средства. И в конечном итоге их обнуляют, делают без вести пропавшими. Владимир Владимирович, обратите на это внимание, пригласите меня к себе. Последствия будут очень серьезные. Если в ближайшее время я не приеду в Кремль и не выступлю в прямом эфире рядом с вами, армия развернет свое оружие против Кремля. Я передаю только сообщение. У меня все.
You also got these ballistic missiles, of course, being fired into Ukraine and Kyiv by Russia. Take a look right here. The Ukrainian Air Defense Intercept. You'll see it right here. The Ukrainian Air Force released this footage moments ago showing its air defense system in action, engaging incoming missiles over Kyiv. Take a look at these interceptors being launched to counter the aerial threat right here. And this is what we're seeing on a daily basis take place over Kyiv. Let's play it. And as I noted, folks, Russians are very, very, very upset about what's happening from what I'm hearing as well. They're spending the entire day waiting in lines for gasoline. You have Russian media influencers like this Russian woman, very, very upset that the fuel, she has to wait all day for the fuel, and that, they weren't expecting that this to be happening in Russia. And again, I'm just trying to show you what's happening on the ground there. Let's play this clip.
Просто не могу в этом сумасшествии жить, блин. Я, блин, стояла сейчас в пробку, в нефтеторг, у меня просто сломалась машина, она не заводится, я не понимаю, как мне открыть капот, блин. Ко мне подходят люди, никто не знает, как открыть, блядь, в Хавале капот просто. Муж мне говорит, что у меня села батарейка в ключе, я вот разобрала весь ключ, и не понимаю, куда здесь ставить батарейку, блин.
Now, as I noted at the beginning, Ukrainian President Zelensky approved a 40-day operation to influence Russia into ending the war after receiving a briefing from the head of his security service on strikes against Russian targets. Here's what he had to say. A report from Major General Yevgeny Kamara on our long-range sanctions plan, mid-range sanctions, and the results of the security service of Ukraine, specifically the Center of Special Operations Alpha on the front. When Zelensky refers to long-range and medium-range sanctions, he's referring to Ukraine sending the drones and ballistics into Russia. I approved a 40-day influence operation, Zelensky writes, for the service against the aggressor state aimed at compelling it to end the war. Importantly, for several months in a row, the Special Operations Forces have demonstrated the highest performance in defending Ukraine's positions on the front lines through the use of various types of drones. The Center of Special Operations Alpha leads the terms of the occupiers' personnel and equipment neutralized. We also separately discussed challenges to Ukraine's internal security. I am grateful for the protection of our state and for Ukrainians. Zelensky also described the following that was taking place. The Russian leadership is now pulling more air defense assets to Moscow, Valdai, and Putin's bridge across the Kerch Strait at the expense of air defense elsewhere. In the Moscow region alone, they have amassed hundreds of launchers for S-400, S-500, and Pantsir systems. Nearly 90 launchers have been redeployed to Valdai from other regions of Russia, and a special air defense division is also being formed there to safeguard the peace and quiet of the Russian chief. To compare, there were only a couple of launchers per directions across Russia and around their other cities. Those are their priorities. They are protecting their power, their source of this war. More than 60 Russian regions are already experiencing fuel shortages. There has also been a sharp increase in gas and diesel prices if they are available at all. Russian security services have proposed postponing or canceling altogether the ritual of electing United Russia to the State Duma. Their latest imitation of election was scheduled for September, and intelligence reports now show that Russia itself is not confident about what will be happening in September. And finally, Zelensky writes, today, no one on earth can say that we are not fighting for Crimea or that we have forgotten about Crimea. Every day proves that Ukraine remembers every part of its land, every one of its people, and it's truly fighting to ensure justice for our entire system. And he talks about depriving Russia of its launch pad and drawing a line under its attempts to normalize war, he goes on and says right there. So that's what's happening. Again, I'm not sure you're seeing this video anywhere else. Hat tip to my bud Jay in Kiev, friend of mine who's doing great work out there and getting a lot of this footage. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.